Good morning. Hello, good morning, students. This is Dr. Abhishek Mathur, associated as a senior research consultant with ITLS Academy, a branch of IT Institute of Technology Life Sciences, ITLS, Lucknow. So, my current topic of presentation is to discuss regarding the isolation and screening of natural agents for preparation of nanoparticle-based transdermal patches for wound healing activity. So my topic is concentrating on all the natural agents which are derived from the plants for preparation of nanoparticles and further preparation of transdermal patches from these nanoparticles for wound healing activity. Okay, so what is wound healing actually? Wound healing is associated with different phases of uh, biological processes such as hemostasis, inflammation, proliferation, and remodeling. Uh, this wound healing is associated with inflammatory processes, proliferative actions, remodeling, reconstruction, resulting in tissue fibrosis and non-healing ulcers. These are associated with different types of cells such as platelets, macrophages, fibroblasts, epithelial and endothelial cells. Also associated with some proteins, glycoproteins such as cytokines, chemokines, growth factors, inhibitors and receptors. So this wound healing is associated with different kind of mechanisms, and different kind of complex associated proteins and cells, and it's a complex process, and this complex process is facilitated by some external agents we provide in the form of a conventional drug or natural molecules or any wound healing agents. So the study is concentrating on the extracting out the novel agent from Acaranthus aspera medicinal plant, which is prevalent in Garhwal region. We have taken the leaves out of it, and we have dried the material. We have identified the material and deposited the voucher specimen in the herbarium of HNB Garhwal Central University, Srinagar, Garhwal. These leaves were further collected, and a Soxhlet was run along with a ethyl acetate solvent at 40 to 60 degrees Celsius temperature for 3 days. The filtrate was collected and solvent was evaporated in a rotary evaporator, and further the crude extract was collected and dissolved in sterilized DMSO. The ethyl acetate was used because this solvent is able to extract out different polar molecules from it. Okay, and it is meant that these polar molecules are the source of different pharmacological activities in Acaranthus aspera. So we specifically concentrated on ethyl acetate uh, use and extracting the polar molecules out of it. Now, when the ethyl acetate extract was prepared, the nanoparticles, silver nanoparticles were prepared by green synthesis. Different concentration of silver nitrate solution were prepared in the form of 0.1, zero point 0.5 and 1 milligram per ml concentration. We are continuously adding of these ethyl acetate extract in this particular different sets of concentration of silver nitrate solution changes the color of silver nitrate from white to yellow, and after 48 hours turns to dark brown. This dark brown color confirms the presence of formation of the nanoparticles, silver nanoparticles, and further these nanoparticles were separated out, centrifuged by centrifugation, and refrigerated centrifuge apparatus at 4 degrees Celsius. And these nanoparticles were labeled specifically different at different sites. It's a 4.5 milligram per ml concentration silver nanoparticle, zero point 0.1 milligram per ml silver nanoparticle, and 1 milligram per ml concentration silver nanoparticle. Further, when these nanoparticles are separated out by centrifugation, the nano silver gel was formulated by using carbapol and different other ingredients using glycerin and triethanolamine, methylparaben, etc. These are the different sets where different nanogel was prepared by using different concentration of silver nanoparticles extracted out. Okay, so all different agents are utilized in a similar manner. Only this particular silver nitrate concentration was taken initially separately, differently. So these were separated as set 1, set 2, and set 3. Further, patches were formulated. Transdermal patches were formulated by using natural polymers such as sodium alginate, chitosan, pectin, HPMC, and PEG 6000. These natural polymers were mixed with the nanoparticle gel formulations separately, and this process was carried out by solvent evaporation method. The nanogel formulation was equally distributed with these polymers, biopolymers, so that equally the semi-condensed material gets formed, and there will be no lumps. There should not be any uh, non-solubility in the mixture. And with this particular dispersion, starch was added in 0.5% solution in hot boiling water, so that proper mixing of the solution occurs, and there should not be any non-solubility. Okay. Further, this nano silver gel along with the biopolymer solution was casted on glass plates and glass slides, so that after drying, they were left for drying for about 2 to 3 days, and after 2 3 days these were casted out, these were released out to get the particular transdermal patch. Now these transdermal patches were uh, cutted through different scissors and blades, stylized blades and scissors, so that we get a different size of transdermal patch. This is a whole process which I have elaborated you. Nanogel formulation was carried out mixed with uh, biopolymer solution with constant stirring. Further, the starch solution was added, and the whole dispersed material was further casted on glass slides and casting glass plates, followed with drying at ambient temperature. Next is about the evaluation of wound healing activity by excision method. So we have taken white albino rats, and white albino rats were made excision wound by shaving that particular area where the wound is to be created by cutting a 300 millimeter square of skin uh, skin size particle from body, and these transdermal patches were inserted on those excisions to study out the wound healing activity with respect to first, fifth, 10th, 15th, and 20th day till the complete healing occurred. Now these transdermal patches were compared with the conventional wound healing drug cephalidin. So in one of the group, the wound healing drug was used, and in the other three groups, the different transdermal patches produced by the different silver ion concentrations were utilized. So these are the results. This is a specific silver nitrate solution which is initial white in color. When ethyl acetate extract is added, it is suitable pH and temperature. This converts to yellow. After some period, it turns to brown, light brown, and further after 48 hours, it turns to dark brown. It means there is total preparation of formation of silver nanoparticles within it. So this solution was treated finally was treated to extract out the silver nanoparticles after centrifugation. Further, when the silver nanoparticles are produced, we have prepared the gels out of it. This is a blank silver gel formulation having no nanoparticle. This is nano silver gel formulation at 1.1 milligram per ml concentration of silver ion. This is nano silver gel formulation at 0.5 milligram per ml silver ion concentration, and this is non silver gel formulation at 1 milligram per ml silver ion concentration. So, with the increase of silver ion concentration, we have developed different gels, and these different gels were utilized further to prepare the transdermal patch. So as I have told you earlier that the biopolymers were used to obtain a transdermal patch, and in this transdermal patch these nano silver gels were used, different formulations were used to obtain the different transdermal patches category: transdermal patch with 1 milligram per ml silver ion concentration, transdermal patch with 0.5 milligram per ml silver ion concentration, transdermal patch with zero point 0.1 milligram per ml silver ion concentration. Okay, and it was compared with blank without silver nanogel. Okay, it was just a kind of biopolymer transdermal patch. No nanosilver formulation was used in it. Okay. So these are the features of wound healing activity. This is a picture of negative control where no transdermal patch was used. This is a positive control pic next to it, showing the action of Cipladine. These are the pictures on 10th day, 15th and 20th day after using the transdermal patch on the wound excision. Okay, so we have determined the wound contraction percentage on 10th day, 15th day and 20th day in comparison to the positive control. So these are the results of the table, showing the table. We can see that in the positive control Cipladine, on the 20th day we are getting the 95% contraction of the wound. After it is showing the 95% wound healing activity, and in the Acarotha Aspera transdermal patch it is showing the 46.78% wound contraction. So, from the results, it is visible that although the positive Cipladine, positive control Cipladine is much potent in comparison to Acarantha Aspera transdermal patch, but anyhow, it is a synthetic conventional drug. So, we are comparing a synthetic conventional drug to that of the natural herbal formulation, and the whole formulation is biodegradable and environment friendly and eco-friendly, having no toxic effects. So these are the points which are much efficient, which are subsidizing the role of Cipladine here. So anyhow, it is showing the less activity in comparison to Cipladine on the 20th day, but with the passage of time, it will show the effective maximum effectiveness. And with this effectiveness, there will be no side effects. There will be no rashes on the skin of the animal or of humans when this kind of transdermal patch will be applied, suppose. Or so this is a natural agent, and natural agent is having its effectiveness. Moreover, the production process is very easy, much cheaper in comparison to the conventional drug, and there are several processes through which these natural molecules can be produced in larger amount, and it will be a simpler process. So I just stress on Acarantha aspera transdermal patch as a natural and most significant agent that can be used for wound healing. So this is a graph again showing the results, the comparison with the positive control separating with the current aspirate transdermal patch. And further conclusion, the present study thus illustrates that there are several molecules which are present in the nature. There are different phytochemicals present in the nature which are having pharmacological properties. Different variable number of pharmacological properties are there. They are antimicrobials, they are antioxidants, they are antioxidant, they are anti-cancerous agents, they are anti-diabetic agents, they are again wound healing agents, and lot many properties are there. So these agents can be utilized, these can be agents can be identified and explored to develop a formulation, to develop a suitable drug against all these pharmacological activities. And the study should be focused on the preparation of some novel formulations out of it, such as in this study I have described about the nanoparticle technology. When I am taking this nanoparticle technology to prepare the particle gel out of it, and using this particular nanoparticle gel in the form of a transdermal patch. So it is having a specific formulation and a specific activity is utilized properly. So I just concentrate when such molecules, novel molecules, natural molecules having pharmacological agents, actions are utilized by some other processes such as nanotechnology. They are optimized, they are optimized further, and they have much more effective action, much more stable action for a longer period of time interval, and may have much more effectiveness. As we know that silver ions are potent antimicrobial agents. They are effective against different diseases also, different skin problems also. So when silver ions, as present in this, as revealed in this study, combined with some natural molecules extracted out of Acanthus spera, they are utilized as a single formulation in the form of transdermal patch and a nano silver gel. So they have much significant action. So uh, we should concentrate on such molecules and other processes like these as nanotechnology to derive a suitable formulation, stable formulations, and healthy formulations for different diseases and different pharmacological actions. Okay, so my suggestion to young researchers is that try to explore different molecules around yourself. There are lot many molecules existing in nature. There are lot many things around you, and try to identify those things. Try to explore those things, and to read as much information from the books and available on the internet and everything, and try to concentrate your direction on the specific informations carried out by such resources, and uh, identify such molecules for remedial cure against such issues, healthy health diseases and different infections actually. So there are a lot many, and with your current knowledge and with the expertise of your seniors, definitely you can do a great thing. Thank you so much, and I wish you great luck for your examinations and a great future ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you.